What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Had a good weekend. Having a good week so far. I can't with this dude. Anything but your Stranger Things video. All right, Noah. I got it. It took me like 5 months to do the Cobra Kai one, so, and nobody else is complaining, so, just gonna have to be patient. So, and you got Better Call Saul season 3, so chop chop. But not gonna waste any more time. We're just gonna get right into it. School Spirits season 3, episode 7. The penultimate episode of the season. But episode picks up where we left off. The main characters rushing Kyle's body to the hospital. So Xavier has to find Kyle and say, listen, the ghost shot himself, but you have to get to your body back, or you have to get back to your body quickly. So it takes, some motivation, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, just hurry up already. So Kyle goes back to his body. He leaves the ghost world and is back into the real world. And then the antagonist, Hunter Price, at the start of this episode is demanding that Xavier's dad interrogates him and Maddie, and then she like freaking interrogates Kyle and just freaking loses it and has a temper tantrum, and then her daughter ends up seeing it, and even her daughter's like, I can't believe you. So I thought that was a very good scene. And then we didn't see Simon at all in this episode, which is very weird. They revealed that he's missing after he got pulled into the water, and Maddie panics about it. But we didn't see Simon at all in this episode, which is very strange. Then we see Mr. Anderson again. He's a pretty good character. So Maddie asks him for help to, talk with her mom later on. And then let's see. So that Maddie talks about her visions since, she left the ghost world, got her body back. Basically tells like Wally, Rhonda, Mr. Martin, everybody else about, her visions of, her when she first arrived in the ghost world and how everything turned red and all. So, then Wally heads to his scar, tries to call it for Simon, but then he sees the door open again. This time he actually goes through it. And then later on, Maddie does talk to her mom and tells her the truth about where she really was. And, her mom does believe her. So that was I thought that scene was done very well. which Maddie learns that the necklace that she has wasn't given to her by her dad. It was her mom actually gave it to her. So that was a very interesting reveal. Basically, this episode ends with Maddie walking through her door where her scar is, and the door closes behind her, and that's pretty much the episode. Yeah, really good episode. Some very interesting stuff. So I'm excited for the finale. I think it's going to be a good one. Let me just get the banner fixed. 1 second. There we go. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the finale's tomorrow. Hopefully we figure out where Simon ended up, because if they don't show him in the last episode of the season, that doesn't really make sense. Because pretty much like the whole point of the season is them trying to figure out why he's in the ghost world and how to get him out. So I think we'll see that. I think they'll figure out where Wally ended up because he walked through his door in his scar. And I think they're either going to figure out a way to stop the school from getting demolished or fail to do that and reveal that most of the other characters go to their scar and walk through their doors, which could be interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else is going to happen in the finale. So I would expect the unexpected. So literally anything could happen within reason, obviously. But yeah, it should be an interesting episode tomorrow. So I'm very excited for it. It's been a really good season so far. Can't believe it's almost over already. Time flies. So yeah, been a very good season. Guess we'll got some NFL news today, which we'll talk about. I just gotta get it pulled up. Just gotta get the NFL page up. Take a few seconds. Which we had the combine as well, which is pretty interesting. Let's see. All right, so the Arizona Cardinals are releasing Kyler Murray. It might shock some people, might shock nobody. But they were going to try to trade him, bad contract. So they just ended up releasing him. They actually won more games with him than with Jacoby Brissett, believe it or not. But yeah, former first overall pick. Um, I thought a quarterback needy team was going to trade for him, but he's just on a bad contract. So now he could sign with whoever. Just feel bad for the Cardinals. That's all. I think he's better than people think he is. I don't think he's an elite quarterback, but I think he's a bad one either. I think he's a decent starter, in my opinion, but we'll see where he goes. I can see the Vikings, the Steelers if they don't bring Aaron Rodgers back. Jets need a quarterback. Who else? Steelers, Jets, Vikings, Dolphins. Whenever they get rid of Tua, but they probably want Malik Willis though. Can't really think of anybody else. But yeah. This is weird. Bears center Drew Dalman expected to retire. I don't really understand why. He seems pretty young, and he was a big signing for them last year in free agency, so I don't really understand that. That doesn't make any sense. And you see a bunch of Bears fans upset about this, rightfully so, because he's arguably arguably one of their best offensive linemen. So I don't really understand this at all. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So this is my first time reacting to it. I did not know that. Okay, and then the Colts placed the transition tag on Daniel Jones. So transition tags a little bit different than franchise tag. It's just a 1 year guaranteed tender. It basically just says it here if you guys want to read it. But yeah, we'll see if he's ready to go for week 1. But let's see. Okay, so the Jets do franchise tag Breece Hall, so that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, it's clear as day he doesn't want to be there anymore, which can't really blame him. So hopefully they can find a trade for him because he's made it abundantly clear he doesn't want to be a Jet anymore. So I don't really blame him. And then let's see if they actually. All right, so this doesn't shock me at all. Commanders released Marshawn Lattimore. He used to be an elite corner in the league. Now he's just a complete and utter shadow of what he used to be, unfortunately. And then the Texans traded for David Montgomery, Lions running back. Kind of a weird trade, in my opinion. I believe they gave up an offensive lineman, and they gave up, David Montgomery for a 4th round pick, a 7th round pick, and Juice Scruggs. That's a lot to give up in terms of draft capital. So April 2nd, Falcons. So I assume that they're revealing new uniforms, I think. New era, look good, play good. So yeah, Falcons need new uniforms. I just don't like their current font, and they just completely got rid of the red for no reason. Um, so we'll see what their new uniforms look like. Um, see, fastest offensive lineman, Logan Jones, sent out of Iowa. Spencer Fano came in second. Max, I'm not even going to say that name, tackle out of Arizona State. Jalen Farmer, guard out of Kentucky. Monroe Freeling, Georgia. He's been climbing up boards, climbing up the draft board like crazy. Caleb Lamu and DJ Campbell rounds out the top 10. Oh, Jesus. Jennings Dunker. Oh, my God. Yeah, a lot of people hating on Makai Lemon because of his interviews. Apparently, he did not interview very well. Yeah, it's a very odd draft class, though. Um, all right, let's get into some film news. Game of Thrones movie is officially in the works at Warner Brothers. Yeah, let's just milk it as much as possible. It's awesome. Release date for Scary Movie 6 has been moved up 1 week to June 5th, 2026. Yeah, it looks horrible, if I'm being honest. Avengers Secret Wars will begin filming this August. Jensen Ackles Soldier Boy spinoff series will finish filming this month. Nice. It also has the guy who played Jason in Stranger Things season 4. Sonic 4 has officially started filming. I've still not watched the first 3 Sonic movies. Okay, Tom Holland and Zendaya are now officially married. Congrats to them. Scream 7 has made back over 200% of its $45 million budget in just 48 hours. I heard it was really bad. Terrifier 4 will be the final film in the franchise. Whoever made these films needs to be interrogated because holy shit, I've heard the kills are beyond brutal. The Matrix 5 is officially in the works. I've never watched any of those movies. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will be the final film in Miles Morales trilogy. I still haven't seen any of them, to be honest. New G.I. Joe movie is officially in the works. Wow. See, every big franchise Paramount owns after buying Warner Brothers. Oh, did they win the Warner Brothers sweepstakes? So they got DC now, Transformers, Harry Potter, Ninja Turtles, Matrix, Star Trek, Big Bang Theory, Noah's favorite show, Mission Impossible, Dune, Top Gun, The Last of Us, Lord of the Rings, Godzilla and Kong, that universe, SpongeBob, Scream, Mad Max, The Conjuring, Mortal Kombat, It, Rick and Morty, The Exorcist, Sonic, Indiana Jones, and Scooby Doo. Holy crap. Paramount is set to buy Warner Brothers after Netflix refused to raise their offer. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing that's going on Paramount. But I don't think it would have made it if Netflix got it. So Paramount already has early plans to make Scream 8. Why are they fucking they're just milking it at this point? Like freaking 8 movies? Like, are we serious, bro? Spider-Man Brand New Day will not be released in IMAX theaters in the US. Okay. Ghostface from Scream 7 was spotted on Sunset Boulevard in LA. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much caught up with everything. Get into our NBA stuff. Timberwolves down by 2 against the Grizzlies. Yikes. Okay. Thunder beat the Raptors, 27 from Wallace. Cavs annihilate the Knicks. 11 points, 16 rebounds from Robinson, 19 and 10 from Jarrett Allen. Hornets obliterate the Bulls. Hornets have been solid. 23 from Miller, 32 from Buzelis. Bucks beat the Heat, 32 from KPJ. Pelicans beat the Warriors. Celtics beat the Suns without Jaylen Brown. Derek White, 22 points, 15 from Gillespie. Wolves beat the Blazers. That was a pretty good game. 29 points from Jaden McDaniels. And then Orlando beat the Lakers, 36 and 10 from Banchero. 22 points, 15 assists from Luka. Wendell Carter got a game winner. And Luka froze up. There's like 5 seconds left, so he passed it to LeBron. And LeBron missed a corner 3, and that's how the game ended. So it was very satisfying for me. Yeah, Magic have been up and down. Just not a consistent team at the moment. Hornets beat the Mavericks tonight, so that's cool. Pistons beat the Thunder. Cade was 29 points, 13 assists. Jalen Williams, 30 points and 11 rebounds. Spurs beat the Raptors, 21 from Vassell, 20 and 11 from Ingram. Bucks beat the Cavs by 2. 20 points from KPJ. Nuggets destroy the Celtics, end their 5-game winning streak in a second night of a back-to-back for the Celtics. 30 and 12 from Jokic, just way too much for Neemias Queta to handle. 23 and 11 from Jaylen Brown. Just not a very good game. It was competitive throughout the first half. I was actually surprised. Celtics were making it a game in the first half, and then second half, the Nuggets just took over, as you see in this third quarter. Outscore them 30-19. Yikes. But yeah, I mean, first half, pretty good. 24 points in the first quarter, 24 in the second. Just collapsed in the second half, you know. Denver was just the better team. Helps that you have probably arguably the greatest basketball player in the world right now in Nikola Jokic. But brings us to Thursday. Sixers beat the Heat. I like their throwback uniforms in that court. They look really nice. Tyrese Maxey, 28 and 11, 29 and 14 from Bam. Hawks blow out the Wizards, 126 to 96. Yikes. Would have been an interesting game if Trae Young was playing, but he's not. 33 points, 6 rebounds for Corey Kispert. 14 and 10 from Will Riley. Spurs beat the Nets. 26 points from Champagnie. 25 and 14 from MPJ. Rockets beat the Magic. 40 points from Kevin Durant. 30 from Desmond Bane. Let's see what else we got. Suns beat the Lakers again. Luka with 41, Grayson Allen with 28. And the Lakers have been horrible. Feel like since that Celtics game, they've been in a downward spiral. And Timberwolves beat the Clippers. Ant with 31, 11 from Chris Dunn. Wolves have been really good since the All-Star break. Like, they've been on a tear since the trade deadline. And Friday, Pistons beat the Cavs. This game was delayed for 16 minutes because of the horn was broken. They couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So there's something wrong with that. But anyway, they eventually just used an air horn, which was funny. But this game went into overtime. Pistons ended up winning it. 33 and 16 from Jalen Duren, plus 3 blocks, 25 from Jarrett Allen. Celtics blow out the Nets in dominant fashion. Celtics, believe it or not, shot 65% from 3. It was ridiculous. And then, they shot 70% from the field. So it was ridiculous. It was a historic milestone for them. 28 points for Jaylen Brown, 18 from MPJ. The Knicks blow out the Bucks. No surprise there. 27 from Jalen Brunson, 19 out of Miles Turner. The Knicks were able to make whatever they wanted. Thunder beat the Nuggets in overtime. A lot of drama in this game. It was Shea's first game back in a while, and Shea got a technical foul for throwing the ball at Jokic for whatever reason. And then later on, Lou Dort tries to trip Nikola Jokic for whatever reason. So Jokic gets ready to fight him. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. So then Dort gets ejected. But yeah, Nuggets should have won this game. SGA, 36 points, 39 from Jamal Murray, Noah's favorite player. But yeah, it's a very entertaining game. We had 2 overtime games on ESPN, so that was pretty cool. Takes us to Saturday. See, they usually don't have much games on Saturday because of college basketball. But Heat somehow beat the Rockets by 10, 32 from Durant, 24 and 11 from Bam. Raptors beat the Wizards. Lakers end their losing streak and beat the Warriors, 26 out of Luka. I mean, Lakers were able to do whatever the hell they wanted. That's pretty much it for Saturday. There wasn't much. Takes us to Sunday. Knicks, of course, beat the Spurs because they seem to be the only team to that can beat the Spurs, apparently. 25 points from Bridges, 25 and 13 from Wemby, 4 blocks. Fortunately, that was not enough to get it done. Cavs beat the Nets, 22 from Harden, 23 from Danny Wolf. Bulls blow out the Bucks, 120-97. A triple-double from Josh Giddey. Great game from him. 18 of Bobby Portis. This was a really good game. Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. The Wolves finally get a win against Denver this season. Because going into this game, they were 0-3 against Denver, apparently. But Jokic, 35 points, 13 rebounds. Ant-Man, 21 points. This is a very fun game to watch. Love watching these two teams play against each other. Super underrated rivalry. They're in the same division, even though divisions don't mean jack shit in the NBA. But still, just a fun rivalry. The Wolves now pass the Nuggets in the standings. They are now the 4 seed. So if the playoffs ended today, the Wolves would have home court advantage against the Denver Nuggets. Which, as bad as the Pacers are, I really like this court. It looks really cool. But yeah, 21 out of Jarris Walker, only 7 from Walter Clayton. He had 14 assists and 4 steals. Okay. And then Pistons beat the Magic. Magic, they were leading for like most of the game, and then their offense just completely just collapsed and fell apart. And they couldn't, and they went down by 10 twice in this game. It's just like, what are we doing here? So yeah, just Magic could have won this game, but they shot themselves in the foot too many times. 29 from Cade Cunningham. They couldn't get any stops on defense either. 19 from De Silva. Celtics split the season series with the Sixers. They beat Philly, which the other 3 games were like decided by 4 points. This is the only one that was, more than 10. But Neemias Queta had a pretty crazy game, 27 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks, 33 from Maxey. No Embiid in this game, no Paul George. But yeah, Celtics playing really well right now. Jaylen Brown's been great. So yeah, this team is fun to root for again because they're the underdogs. Thunder beat the Mavericks. Mavericks don't really matter right now because Cooper Flag shut down for the season. 30 out of Shea. The Lakers blow out the Kings. No one really cares. 28 from Luka, 26 from Neek Clifford. Rockets barely beat the Wizards. That's not a good sign. 32 points, 13 rebounds from Şengün. Celtics blow out the Bucks in a second night of a back-to-back without Jaylen Brown. Giannis did make his return, played 25 minutes, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 25 out of Peyton Pritchard. Hugo Gonzalez had a great game. Celtics on a 3-game winning streak already. Denver barely beat the Jazz by 3. That's very concerning. 45 from Jamal Murray, 36 from Keontae George. The Jazz are tanking right now, so that's not a good thing. And Clippers beat the Warriors, 23 points from Kawhi, 22 from Podziemski. Yeah, this is the last like full month of regular season basketball because we only get a little bit of regular season basketball in April, and then the middle of April is when the playoffs start. But we'll take a look at the standings, see what's changed so far. Pistons still first. Celtics second. Knicks are a couple games behind them. Cavaliers 2 games behind the 3 seed. Raptors are the 5 seed. Sixers round off the 6 seed. 2 games behind Toronto. And then Orlando, only 1 game behind Philly for that 6 seed. Then Miami, the 8 seed. What else is new? Charlotte moved up to the 9 seed. Well, they're actually tied with Atlanta. And the Bucks, unfortunately for Giannis, on the outside looking in. Bulls are 2 games behind them, and then Wizards, Nets, and Pacers. Then we go to the West, which is a war zone compared to the East. Thunder, the 1 seed. Spurs only 2 games behind them. Well, the losses column. Rockets are the 3 seed. Wolves are the 4 seed. They're only a game behind the Rockets for the 3 seed. Nuggets 5 seed. Lakers 6 seed. The Suns only 2 games behind them for that 6 seed. Warriors staying afloat without Curry and Butler. Clippers move up to the 9 seed. Blazers are the 10 seed. They've had a pretty decent season. And then Grizzlies on the outside looking in. Mavericks, they threw in the white flag when they shut down Cooper Flag, and then Pelicans, Jazz, Kings, bottom feeders. So yeah, playoffs is going to be interesting. Probably the best playoffs that we're going to get. Hey, what's up, Ben? How you doing? Ben's a fellow Celtics fan. But since I think the draft combine's over, NFL mock draft, there's gonna be lots of changes because a lot of prospects fell down, but a lot went up. So it should be a little bit more interesting. All right, so first pick, it's pretty much secure at this point. Mendoza, what the hell just happened? Okay, this just freaking glitched out. Hold on, let me reset this. What the frick? Okay. Just freaking glitched on me. What the hell? All right, let's try this again. I don't know why it let me pick Mendoza twice, but really weird. All right, Mendoza to the Raiders, pretty much a given at this point. Jets at 2. Arvell Reese fell all the way to 7, but pick here just makes too much sense. Edge rusher is a need. Then the Cardinals at 3. Could go Jeremiah Love, but we're going to go Maui Goa. Just need to improve that offensive line. Titans at 4. Going to go Jeremiah Love here. Tony Pollard's 30 years old. Why not get long-term replacement on a rookie deal and get Cam Ward a weapon on offense? Giants at 5, gonna go Sony Styles. He went all the way up to 5. Both Ohio State linebackers going to New York here. Then the Browns at 6. Their entire offensive line is set to hit free agency. So they did go get Titus Howard from Houston and extend him. But for me, offensive line is going to be the pick here. Did I move past him or something? Where? Okay, he's at 22 for some reason. But going to go Monroe Freeling here. He's been going up the boards. He's got good size, good arm length. So I think he could be a good tackle in the league. Would probably be playing left tackle for the Browns. Then the Commanders at 7. Going to go David Bailey, really good edge rusher. I think he fits perfectly with the Commanders. Then the Saints at 8, go Ruben Bain out of Miami. Reason he went down is because of short arms, unfortunately. But I still think he'll be a productive edge rusher in the league. And then at 9, the Chiefs gonna go Carnell Tate, especially with all the drama with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy just not being that good. But I think Carnell Tate is going to be an awesome receiver. Bengals at 10. Get Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. Keep him in the state of Ohio. Safety is a big need for them. The entire defense is a huge need. So that's who I have going with them. The Miami Dolphins at 11. Need to improve the secondary. Going to go Mansour Delane out of LSU. Could go higher than that, but the best corner in the class this year. At 12, the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to have them take a swing on Jermod McCoy. Really good in 2024. Unfortunately, he did not play a snap of football this year due to injury, but he's expected to be ready to go for week 1. But yeah, just got to improve that secondary. The Rams at 13 also need to improve secondary, but they have 2 first-round picks. So we're going to go Mekhi Lemon here. I know people are kind of down on him because of how he interviewed, but still an awesome receiver. He made some ridiculous catches, plays bigger than he actually is. Devontae Adams not going to be around forever. They don't really have much depth at wide receiver behind Puka and Devontae Adams. So I think this pick does make a lot of sense. The Ravens at 14 have a lot of options to choose from. CJ Allen went up. Could go edge rusher. Could go offensive line. Peter Woods did go down, unfortunately. But we are going to go with Vega Ione. Their interior offensive line needs to be upgraded. Arguably the best offensive lineman in the class. You can make that argument. But that's who I have going there. And at 15, the Buccaneers. Let's see, where is he? Oh, he's right here. Keldrick Falk. Edge rusher is a need for them. They could go receiver if Mike Evans does leave, which I don't think he will, but anything's possible. Then the Jets at 16. Went Arvell Reese earlier. This is interesting because I'm not really sure. I mean, they could go receiver. Corner could be an option as well. So we're going to go corner here. We'll go Avion Terrell. They have a hole there after trading away Sauce. So that's where we're going to go there. And the Lions at 17, Spencer Fano makes a ton of sense. Really short arms, but he has potential to play all 5 positions on the offensive line, believe it or not. So just keep that in mind. Then the Vikings at 18, we're going to go Dylan Thieneman, safety out of Oregon. Makes a ton of sense. They can use an upgrade in the secondary in general. Plus Harrison Smith, who's up there in age, probably going to retire soon. And the Panthers at 19, we are going to go Kenyon Sadiq. I just feel like they can use an upgrade at tight end. It's a really good player. So I think he's going to be really good. I don't think he's going to be as good as Brock Bowers or anything, but I think he's going to be a good tight end. Then Cowboys at 20. Linebackers a huge need. Could go Mesidor here, but I'm going to go CJ Allen out of Georgia. And then the Steelers at 21. People are kind of mixed on it, but we'll go Ty Simpson here. If you have an opportunity to take a quarterback, go for it. If you do get Aaron Rodgers back, you can sit him behind Aaron Rodgers for a year and have him develop. Chargers at 22. Don't really go offensive line, but gonna change it up here. Gonna have them take a chance on Peter Woods, defensive tackle to Clemson. Defensive line is gonna be a need for them. Could lose Khalil Mack. That's possible. Could lose some other guys, but I'm gonna have Jim Harbaugh take a chance on Peter Woods today. The Eagles are interesting. We're gonna have them go with Caleb Lamu. Could move him over to right tackle because Lane Johnson is getting older. And Howie Roseman values the offensive line a lot. Then the Browns at 24 via the Jaguars. Go ahead and take Jordan Tyson here. His ball stops here. He would have gone higher if it weren't for his injury history. But his brother, Jalen Tyson, actually plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So you keep them. So, he gets to play in the same city as his brother. Then the Bears at 25. We'll go with Akeem Mesidor from Miami. Need to improve pass rush. You get somebody who's 25 years old who is ready to play now. So that's good for them. Then the Bills at 26 do need receiver. A lot of people are low on Denzel Boston. But we're going to go Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. I know 3 safeties in the first round is kind of wild, but really good player, and safety is a big need for them. Then at 27, the 49ers. They kind of have needs everywhere. But we are going to go with, we'll go Caden McDonald, get some depth at defensive line. And the Texans at 28, we'll go Caden Proctor. He'd be playing guard in this scenario, which some think he's a guard, which is understandable. Then the Rams at 29, have him go Brandon Cisse, corner out of South Carolina. Then Denver's up next. We're going to have them take a chance on Casey Concepcion, out of Texas A&M. Receivers a need for them. Patriots at 31 need to improve pass rush. Also need to improve the offensive line as well. If they picked Blake Miller here, I would not be mad at it at all. But we're going to have Mike Vrabel take a chance on TJ Parker, edge out of Clemson, and then to wrap it up, you will have the Seahawks take Emmanuel Pregnon, guard out of Oregon, and he'll play opposite of Greg Zabel. But yeah, that is the post combine mock draft, if you will. All right, but that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just going to wait for the 1 hour mark. But that'll do it for the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed and have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. Peace out.